Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. So I thought I would come and say hi to you guys and come and have a chat. And I feel like doing a rainbow makeup look today because obviously things in the world are more crazy than we thought they were going to be from even last year in 2020. So I thought, let's bring back the rainbows, let's bring back bright colours, bold colours, let's just bring lots of brightness, and it will be uplifting and make us feel better and make us feel happier and more positive. So let's get into it. So first of all, I'm going to colour correct around my eyes because I've got some really strong blueness going on in these inner corners. So I think it's the homeschooling, right, parents out there? Because, you know, homeschooling the kids in lockdown is so much fun. Anyways, so I'm just going to use a touch of medium concealer. SeneGence medium concealer. Just not too much. Literally, I'm just brushing a little touch on those bluey patches. And then I'm just going to use my finger so that I've got the warmth of my finger pressing it into place. You don't want to bring it too far down where you don't have any blueness, otherwise you've just got more to go over and lighten up at the end. So you literally, if you're colour correcting, you only want to do it in the places that you absolutely need. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm going to put on my primer. So I've got the L'Oreal Infallible mattifying primer. Actually, I would have normally put that on before I colour corrected under my eyes, but quite frankly, I forgot. So never mind. So I'm just going to pop that in the key areas where I get oils coming through throughout the day, so kind of on my T-zone and on the areas where I've got more visible lines and wrinkles, now I'm getting older, and where I get larger pores, just to kind of minimise and give a smoother appearance there. Basically anywhere where I get more of an amount of texture on my face. Okay, so now I've got that on, I'm going to use a touch of my SeneGence green concealer, just to kind of minimise the redness I've got going on my cheeks. But last time I used this combo in the last video, I was having a bad makeup day. The makeup fairies were not smiling on me that day. So today I'm going to try putting it on differently to see if that makes a difference. So I'm just going to literally tap the green concealer and a much more minimal amount onto the key areas I feel I need it, and hopefully we won't end up with the cakey disaster that I had last time. That wasn't a good base day. That really wasn't fun at all. So far so good, but we'll only really be able to tell the combo once we've got the foundation on. Okay, so for foundation, I feel like I want a heavier foundation today, just because the rainbow eye look, and I'm going to do a rainbow lips look as well, is going to be so bold. So I want a heavier coverage than I would normally wear every day wise, but my skin at the moment is so dry. This time of year, winter time, and obviously because we're all inside so much more with the heating on and everything, it's really affecting people's skin. So I'm going to go in with a coat of the light colour correcting tinted moisturiser first of all, and then I'm going to, because that will just give me kind of a light coverage, but it's also going to give me extra moisturiser before my makeup as well, even though I've put on my daytime moisturiser. So I'm just going to put a layer of this on first and really buff that into my skin really well, and then I'm going to put on a layer of my foundation. Okay, so far so good. We are having a much better base day today. The makeup fairies are obviously smiling on me today. So I'm now going to use my Almond shade Makesense foundation over the top of the tinted moisturiser. So that. Okay, today is a good makeup day, guys. It's making up for last week's video. So got foundation on, so next I'm going to put some concealer under my eyes. So this is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer in Ivory, 1N Ivory, and I'm just going to use a tiny touch of this underneath my eye area to then cover the colour correcting that we did and brighten up under my eyes. And I'm just going to use my fingers to dab it into place so that the warmth of my fingers helps it to blend into the skin as well. I've noticed, apart from colour correcting under my eyes, I didn't put any tinted moisturiser or foundation under my eyes. And that's because now that I am a little bit more mature, shall we say, I have got more looser skin and therefore slightly more lines and wrinkles under my eyes than I would have had at an earlier age. So you don't want to be putting too much product under your eyes. So if I'd have colour corrected and then put on tinted moisturiser and foundation and then concealer, that's an awful lot of layers of product to then go into those fine lines and wrinkles, and it will just crease and look cakey and nasty throughout the day. So don't just take your foundation up kind of to the under eye area and don't put it on, and then just use the concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Maybelline Lasting Fix translucent powder to set the areas where I'm more oily throughout the day, so mainly my T-zone. And I'm going to put a tiny touch under my eyes. Like I said, because I am slightly more mature and I've got that looser skin under my eyes, the last thing you want to do is do baking under your eyes when you've got looser skin, because it's just going to emphasise those fine lines and wrinkles. So literally the teeniest amount of powder, can't even see it, but that is more than enough to set my under eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to do some contouring with my, I'm going to use the SeneGence Deep Colour Correcting Tinted Moisturiser for contouring today. And I'm going to use a little bit of my concealer again to do some highlighting across the forehead above kind of the eyebrows, so that I don't want quite so much highlighter in that area, and just to highlight above the top lip. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some highlight, but I'm just going to put some where the light catches my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my blush. I'm going to use my anti-aging pearlizer for highlight because it's got a slightly warmer tone to it. And I'm going to use chocolate cherry blush because it's got a really deep warm tone to it as well. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Unbelievabrow that I've been trying out the last few times I've done my makeup. This is in the shade 105 Brunette, and in all honesty, I think it's a little bit too cool toned for me, but they only had two choices in the shop when I bought it, and that was a brunette and a light. So it's okay though. It's not too cool toned. I can get away with it. I just would prefer a slightly warmer shade. Okay, so brows are on, and I'm happy with them. Yes, I think I'm having a reasonably good brow day. So I think I'm going to prime my eyelids today with the Sandstone Pearl Shadowsense, because I'm going to be doing a rainbow look. I'm going to be using lots of these cream to powder formation shadows. So I think if I was to use concealer, it might just be too much of a oily base on my eyes. So I'm going to use the cream to powder Sandstone Pearl shade as a base. And this shade is also a really lovely light neutral colour, so it will help to make all my rainbow colours really, really pop for the finished eye look too. Okay, so I'm going to start on my rainbow eyes. So I'm going to mix lemon quartz Shadowsense with yellow Shadowsense. I'm going to mix those two together and start off right in the inner corners. Okay, so whilst I'm using the yellow colour that I mixed up, I'm just going to take a touch of it to go underneath the lower lash line at the same time, so that I don't have to remix those colours later on for the lower lash line and try and match them up to the top. And as you can see, I've left kind of my lid, and I'm going along my crease with my colours because I've decided I'm going to do a cut crease, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet with the lid, whether I'm going to leave it neutral or glitter, or I don't know, we'll see what we think when we've got all the colours on. Okay, so I've done the yellow, so now I'm going to mix some Lava Shimmer Shadowsense with orange, but each time I'm mixing a slightly smaller amount of the darker shade because I don't want it to be really dark colours. I just want them to be vibrant but quite muted. Does that even make sense? Vibrant and muted? I know what I mean. You'll see as we go along. But hey, so I'm just going to mix those together and pop those next to the yellow. And each time I place the next colour of my rainbow look on, I'm blending it into the previous colour slightly so that we've got a more seamless transition of colours rather than blocks of yellow, orange, red and so on. Okay, now we're on to red. So I'm going to mix red Shadowsense with Bandana Shimmer Shadowsense just to deepen the red slightly and, of course, add a touch of shimmer. If you've not watched my tutorials before, you will soon find out. I like to use a lot of shimmer and glitter because that's just me, that's my preference, and that's what makes me happy, and I like it. And that's all there is to it, pretty much. But if you didn't want to use shimmery shades, you can absolutely go ahead and use matte shades. It's entirely whatever you prefer. And I'm just going to use one brush to place the red on because these shadows, the cream to powders, are so pigmented. So now I'm getting to deeper colours. I'm going to use one brush just to place it in the area that I want it. And then I'm going to use my blending brush to blend that colour out. Okay, so now I'm on to our pink shade, and I think I'm going to mix Pink Hibiscus Shimmer and Desert Rose, which is a demi-matte, because I'm going to try and fit in 8 different colours for our rainbow eye, hopefully. Anyway, unless we run out of our space, but we're going to try our best. Okay, so now for our purple shade, I'm going to mix Violet with Lavender Shimmer, and Lavender Shimmer has an absolutely gorgeous duochrome finish, so I'm really excited for mixing these two. Okay, so that's our purple, but I've been having a little bit of trouble with blending the purple into the pink to give a really seamless transition. So I'm just going to take a tiny touch of the Pink Hibiscus Shimmer on its own with my blending brush that I used for the pink, and just use the teeniest touch, literally pretty much what is in the bristles, just to go over the edge of where I've got the pink and the purple, just to help that transition of colour so that it doesn't look really blocky, going like a block of pink into the purple. Okay, so now I've got as far as the purple. I've decided I want to kind of wing out this rainbow eye look and keep this cut crease here. I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do with the cut crease part yet, but I want to wing out these rainbow colours going up here and continue the under eye smoke of rainbow colours coming up the cat eye. So I'm just going to take a nude waterproof eye pencil. This is a Max Factor one, and I'm just literally going to draw. I'm not going to keep this pencil most probably where it is. We're going to pretty much draw over it, but I'm just going to use this so that I can give myself a guide of where my colours need to come as I finish off these last colours, because I've got blue, turquoise and green to go, and then that way I know where exactly I want to place my blue, my turquoise and my green, and around and underneath my cat eye as well. Okay, so for the blue I'm going to mix Lapis glitter, blue and Oasis glitter, just quite simply because I can, and I'm really having so much fun mixing up my own colour shades for my rainbow look today, because I just love the fact that I can mix whatever colours I want to wear. And as I'm applying the blue, I'm going to be more strategic, even though I was quite strategic with the other colours, but I'm going to place it like a little dab and then blend above where I've kind of above and on where I've drawn that line of where I want it to go with the eye pencil as a guide. Okay, so now we are on to turquoise, and then the last one will be green, and I can see that this side where I drew my rough cat eye is slightly wider than this side, so don't worry about that too much if that happens at this stage, because we're going to sort that out when we do our actual cut crease. So it's all good, we can sort that out. Okay, so for the turquoise colour, I'm going to use Turquoise and Seafoam Shimmer, one of my all-time favourites. Okay, so we're now finally on to our last colour for our rainbow eyes. So I'm going to use neon green shimmer mixed with emerald shimmer, just to finish off the green on this outer corner. Okay, so now I'm going to use my iSense black waterproof eye pencil to tightline, and then I'm going to use my lash primer by SeneGence on my bottom lashes, because I'm going to put some falsies on the top, but I want to make the most of my bottom lashes because it's such a bold ass eye look. And then whilst I'm waiting for the black pencil liner to fully dry, because I want to put some colour in my waterline, but I wanted to go for a really pale gold colour, so I want to make sure that the black is fully dry before I go ahead and do that so it doesn't transfer. I'm just going to curl my lashes in the meantime. Okay, so now that the black waterproof eyeliner is dry on my tight line, I'm going to use Moonbeam Shimmer Shadowsense on my waterline first. Then when that's dry, I'm going to put on the SeneGence Gold pencil waterproof liner over the top, because I really want the gold to look more bright and more of a champagne-y gold, but I want it to really pop against the colours, which is why I'm putting this down on the waterline first. Equally, if you find shimmers are a little bit too irritating on your waterline, because everyone's different and some people have more sensitive eyes than others, just use a white pencil liner. Make sure it's a waterproof one on your waterline first before you then put your gold pencil over the top to make it really, really pop. Okay, so whilst I'm waiting for the Moonbeam shimmer to dry before I put on the gold pencil, I'm now going to start carving out my cut crease. So I'm just going to use the concealer that I used under my eyes first of all to carve out the shape of my cut crease. And for any of you that having trouble doing a cut crease, that have hooded eyes like myself, just try looking straight forward into your mirror as you are doing this, and just mark out where, sort of literally just above the hood of your eye comes, because that's where, when your eyes are open, you are going to see obviously your cut crease, so you want to take it just above your hood. And then now I've carved out my cut crease area, I'm just going to really carefully carve out my area here with the cat eye shape in my rainbow colours. Okay, so I've carved out my cut crease and my cat eye areas, but as you can see, when you're using concealer, because it is an oily product, so if you're using that, you are going to get some creasing before you lay down another shadow, whether it's a powder or a cream formation. So I'm going to put something over the top in my cut crease area, but I haven't decided what yet. I don't know. I don't know whether to leave it a neutral matte or to go for a glitter. I'm not sure. I don't know, you'll find out in a minute or two. Okay, so whilst I'm trying to decide what colour to use on my cut crease, I'm going to use my gold waterproof pencil on my waterline. Okay, so I've decided to go with Sandstone Pearl Shimmer on my cut crease area. Okay, so I filled in my cut crease area with the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I think I'm just going to use a gold glitter liner to go around the edge of that cut crease design for kind of like a graphic liner look. So a bit like I did on the waterline, I'm going to lay down the Glam Crystals metallic liquid liner first. This is in Golden Hour, because this is quite a kind of whitish gold metallic. And then I'm going to pop the Glam Crystals, this says it's in shade Funk, but it's basically a clear liquid liner with packed full of gold glitter over the top to then really make the gold glitter pop. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a touch of the Moonbeam Shimmer to put some inner corner highlight and just a touch of highlight under my brow bone. And then I'm going to do a couple of lashes of black waterproof Blushsense mascara on my bottom lashes and just one coat on my top lashes before putting on some lashes. now that my lashes are on, I need to do my lips. So I've decided, why not? I'm going to go for a rainbow lip, and I'm going to try and put in all 8 colours that I used on my eyes as well. So I'm going to jump on to a live on Facebook and Insta to go and do my lips, and then I'll pop back and show you the finished look in the tutorial. So if you ever want to catch any of our lives from me or Becky here at Broadway Beauty, make sure you follow our pages over on Facebook and Insta as well. So I have had to substitute gold for yellow because I don't actually have a yellow lippy, but I've got gold, so that's going to have to do. Love that I've still got my decks up. I know. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. The main reason is I just haven't had time. I mean, I could have made time to take them down, but I was much happier this afternoon playing with my makeup and making myself feel better with lots of different colours on my face. So it's a bit of a lie to say I haven't had time, because quite frankly I could have gone and took all the decks down rather than doing my makeup. But this was a much more fun way to spend a Sunday afternoon, quite frankly. And I just thought, no, I know what I'd rather be doing. But also I know how bare it looks after you take your decks down, so I'm kind of like putting off the inevitable, I suppose, as well, because it always feels a bit bare, doesn't it? And things are, you know, kind of dismal and tricky enough at the moment, so I'm kind of, you know, I'm working in stages, people, working in stages. I'm working, you know, keeping my mental health up there is paramount, and so it is for all of you too. I think I'm going to use Snow first of all. Snow is kind of like a white pearlescent colour, so I think I'm going to put a layer of that on first, because I'm thinking that may then make the other colours I put on top really pop and look even more vibrant. The first 2 colours I'm going to use are Lilac Lacquer for the purple and Kiss for a Cause for the pink. And I'm going to go very slightly over that line now. Literally the tiniest bit. Because as I go into each colour, I want to go slightly over the next colour, if that makes sense, so that I've got a nice kind of transition into the colours rather than just stripes. So let's do the first layer of Kiss for a Cause. Velour J for the velour. Next to the pink we've got red, so I'm going to use Crimson Red Diamond for the red on this side. Okay, so that's the red done. So what colours have we got next? So next to the blue, I've got like a turquoise colour. So I'm going to use Snow Cone for that one. Right, the other side of the red, I've got orange, so I'm going to use She's Apples for that side. Okay, so that's the orange. So we've got two colours left to go. So we have got green on this side to do and yellow on this side to do. So excited, we're nearly there. So I'm going to use Candy Apple Green for this side of my lips. Okay, so that's our first layer of the green. So whilst that layer is drying, I'm going to do our first layer of yellow, or what would be like yellow, but I don't have a yellow lippy. So I'm going to use this on here, which is Gold Var. It's close enough, right? It's close enough. It'll do the job. So I think we're ready to put our sealing gloss on for today. So there we go. That is my rainbow makeup look complete. Obviously, if you happen to have a go at this tutorial, let me know in the comments below, because we love to know if any of you guys have tried out any of our makeup looks, whether you try out the eyes or the lips. Let us know. Would you wear the eyes and the lips together, or would you do one or the other? Let us know down below. So there we go. Have fun and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday afternoon. And please, whatever you do, wherever you are in the world, keep safe. That's all we can do right now, is keep ourselves safe and well as best as we absolutely can. So, see you very soon.